Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. We're here with Yuan again in our Cathay campaign. We abandoned Lustria at the start of this one on purpose, for fun and profit, in that order. And so last time we took care of Clan Eshin. Now on our eastern flank is Lokir, Felhart, and Village, neither of which are at war with us, but Lokir is at war with Village. We're counting on that war to keep the two of them embroiled just for a second. We're at war with Lokir's vassal here in the north. That very clearly will not pan out in the long run. Good morning, Coolio. Last time we took this bastion here, and the central Great Bastion, and we've got this army to hopefully reinforce it when this one rolls in. But now we need to take the Snake Gate with Yuan, and then we'll roll over to Nango afterward next turn. So this army is going to be, a ton of trash laborers and a Bale Taurus and a leader on a Bale Taurus, I think so, at level 19. So this is perfect, because at level 20, Lords become immortal, but at level 19, well, you can still take care of them. We're going to give stock to them. All right, so they don't have any artillery, right? They don't have any artillery, and they don't really have any armor-piercing missiles or anything. They got hobgoblin archers, and then just like a bunch of trash. So although it says we're going to lose this, we're not. We'll just casually roll right in and eliminate them. So we just started this. Well, the Warhost of Zharr. This war just started really recently. So you can't wait to see if more great luck rolls my way on my journey. Well, hopefully it will. Things are going all right now, but like all it takes is one of your enemies that you don't think is going to turn their eyes to you, and then suddenly you can have a problem all the same. But we're going to try just normal smart tactics, because we're going to have to fight again next turn, so you never want to just give away everything. This thing's got the most range. These towers only have 350 range, so we are going to crack down the wall. Or, we'll break down the towers gradually. Yuan will break down the gate like always. We'll have the Air Force in reserve, like usual. Because they don't have anything to punish us once we roll into the gates. They don't have anything at all. They've got, like, some magic and stuff. I don't know if Dark Elves have, or Chaos Dwarves, Dark Elves, have, like, any army ability that would be a problem. I don't think so, though. So we are just going to make sure that our troops are out of the range of the wall, as always, and then just out of the range of the tower. Yuan can't be killed. I mean, he can. He won't. The towers, they shoot, but they're not like the scariest things. We're gonna give ourselves the ward save rolling up, just because there's a lot of fire arrows and stuff that could be hitting us, and that'll save us a whole bunch. And we'll just roll up here, because we've got Tzeentchian the Watcher, right? And it will not take long for our cannons plus Tzeentchian to just it's already 5k off of that tower. And then once we break a hole in the wall, it will mostly be over except the shouting. And then we can snipe their lord. Fighting these city areas. Are we fighting to take This is our land, actually. Not like being funny. This, as you see, this is the Great Bastion. These are invaders. These are Chaos Dwarves from the north. Is where their faction lives. And then like there's other like Chaos invaders that came. But this is like the Great Bastion as we see here in the sky, like that big wall expanding away. This is literally a huge Great Wall of Cathay, the Great Wall of China, and it is there to keep the forces of chaos out of Cathay so that the people can live there in peace. And this represents the wall falling to our enemies, which happened earlier in the campaign, and we're reclaiming it for the forces of good and righteousness, like unironically. Look, no one in Warhammer is like good guys, but Cathay are like not evil, and they are aligned more on the lines of order and chaos rather than good and evil, typically. Cathay Cathay is an authoritarian imperial system. It's not a good place, but the Chaos Dwarves are a system built entirely on systems of unfree labor and slavery, economic exploitation of these little orc laborers who don't get paid, and there's just a few Chaos Dwarves that are like making all of the money, making all the decisions, and flying on the monsters. And all of these dudes literally just thrown in the meat grinder. I have peasants in my army too, but I love my peasants. They're very good. Chaos Dwarves don't care about their peasants. But unironically. Alright, tower crumbles down. Now we're going to be able to advance up. Mainly, we probably want to pop that one too. We have plenty of ammo. Well, if Tzeentchian's just going to rip shots at dudes on the roof though. Because if we just walk in, we can make them start coming in. They don't have... Yeah, they don't have anything we really got to worry about, right? Right. Yuan regenerates. He is a big hero. He can fight this whole army at one time. He can't. Their leader, actually... Oh, that's right. He has, like, missiles that could be good, potentially. He buffs up the orc laborers. They're up to 70 weapon strength. Wow, we're going to give ourselves a ward save. That'll balance that out. So that tower's still manned. No, it's gonna... Yeah, we don't need to expose ourselves to danger here. Is the cannon shooting through the door? Oh my goodness, that's glorious. Alright. Speaking of exposing ourselves to danger, it looks like the Chaos Lord has dived upon us. Well, let's see how this is gonna go for him. It's a bold strategy. Yuan the Jade Dragon is not a joke. He is a handsome and powerful guy. He has a glorious mustache. He has a nice little pink thing on his head, and he is not going to be worried in the slightest about this fight. I don't think. Should I be worried? Let's get worried. So the best way to get worried is to suddenly drop a comet upon your enemy's head. So we're just going to drop this right here. And we're just gonna drop this bomb right out of the sky on him. I don't know if this is gonna work well or not. Well, you know, it hits me a little bit. It sure gets rid of some of them. Yeah, we're getting trucked on a little bit here. Looks like we'll need some support. Can Tzeentchian shoot him? We're gonna dive the wall here. Alright, apparently I thought I was stronger than I was, and we're getting worked on really bad. This dive is stupid. That doesn't mean we're not going to do it. Oh, we're just fighting a regular one, and the leader's in the sky. We're going to... Yeah, there we go. Yuan doesn't need to fight this thing. We're going to fight it on the wall now. We're going to fight it on the wall now, and Tzeentchian can shoot it. Yes, this is much better. Also, he's having trouble landing. Alright, we're going to get off of the wall now. Something was casting some fire, but now we're all on him, and no way is he winning this. Oh man, he's winning this. Our guys are just getting trucked. He's diving outside the wall with his monster. This is all going very interestingly. But the crane guns are going to be able to open up on the Bale Taurus now. Yuan still on the top of the roof. Man, this is wild as a fight. I really didn't know how this was going to go. It's not going well. We got to back out a little bit and act a little smarter. We're taking free fire from this tower, which means we just got to move up. Alright, we'll catch this Bale Taurus out, and then now our cannon will shoot into it. And that'll be good. Alright. So that certainly all happened all in a row. What are we going to do now? Back to our regularly scheduled Wind Blast related programming. We'll just, we'll remember how to play the game, you know, just warming up. We didn't lose, we just took, like, way more damage than we ought to have taken. Especially since I was like, first, we'll need to take a lot of not damage, and that will make us very strong. Alright, so. Oh, they're in the sky here now. We can just shoot them. Yeah, we can just shoot them. Why are we worried about how we're gonna fight this Sorcerer Prophet of Fire in a duel? We can just shoot him. I know how. Alright, they only have a couple of units of the Hobgoblin Archers. We just need to start working on them a little bit. Because if he sits there and tries to shoot me, well, you know, that is a thing to do. We lost one unit of Crowmen. That's okay. Going down to just one with the Celestial Lion seems fine. Alright, apparently we're not really hitting him that well. Does he have big fire resist? He has big fire resist. You know, that makes sense. Alright, how do I do this? Man, I am really, really fighting this badly. I thought I was just going to walk in with Yuan, but then he started dying, and that's normally how I play. So we can't do that. Why is Yuan that bloody? No, there is a lot of bloodshed. He killed 68 dudes already. He just didn't do well. Like, he's just not winning, but he's been fighting. That fireball, oh my god! That fireball, which is a single target spell, manages to hit 4 units because I'm so bad at the game. Jeez. Amazing. Really, really special. And we are like, what are this dude's resistances? He's got 30 missile resist, 50 fire. Why can't we hit him? Yeah, I guess we're just missing him all the time. Okay, and now we can execute him. Boom, baby. Watch him fall out of the sky, because Yuan can just delete a dude. Oh, it didn't work? I thought he was executable. He was just nearly executable. Well, if he comes down here, we'll take care of the rest of them. It still did, you know, some damage. Ah, that stinks, though. Well, there we go. We'll take care of him. Oh, all of these trash infantry have armor piercing. Wow! I did not... Orc laborers have armor piercing. Okay. Yeah, they got big old great clubs. Regular orc dudes is what I thought they would just be like orc boys, but that's not what they're like at all. Terrifying. Alright, so we just need to get into the wall here. No, we need to charge our guys into the front. Their lord is running from the field. Do they have any more monsters? Anyway, no wonder it thought I was going to take a bunch of damage. I drastically underestimated how dangerous a trash Chaos Dwarf army was. I almost never fight them, right? I almost never fight them. I just run away or quit the game if I have to, normally. Because normally they have artillery that does really well against me, and this didn't have any, so I thought it would be fine. Maybe I should have had my whole army in here fighting. Because I don't think they match up well against my peasants, because of course my peasants have better stats and don't have that higher armor, so the fact that their primary armor piercing isn't that influential. So this cannon's been trying to shoot at their leader the whole time. Been shooting and not doing anything, so that's not perfect. But maybe they'll be Maybe I'll run my archers immediately into the fray. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. So I have 4 units of archers. 3 of them are up here fighting people with sticks. Not shooting them with sticks, just fighting them with sticks. And none of the rest of them are shooting people. None of them are arching. Not a single one. Just get on the wall. Why can't I make them click on the wall? I hate everything. Anyway, we're just gonna stay here and lose a bunch of troops for a while. It's fine. It is fine. I don't want to win this anyway. We're gonna lose the Empress Crowman, it looks like. Maybe we can get him out and then not lose him. Man, what a terrible player. Truly, truly a shameful display. A unit has been wiped out. I don't know what it was. Oh, it was the Empress Crowman. They got shot by something. Maybe got sniped by a fireball. I don't know. Their lord is still here. He might have just shot him. Anyway, poor performance indeed. Very, very bad showing. Not least because this is a siege, which means they won't ever be aggressive, which means I had all of the time to do this a way that wasn't stupid. And I didn't take that time. I used the time, you know, to do this, to do this with my army. Man. Rough stuff. Oh, the crane gunners are fighting in melee with some guys here. That is just awesome. Oh my god. Oh, it's the Infernal Guard. Oh my god. They only had like 2 units of good infantry in the whole thing, and I am getting all of my valuable ranged units fighting in melee against their best unit. Oh my god. Oh, oh man. Truly the worst I've ever played. I know I've said that a lot, but it really might be true. We're losing everything. We're losing so much of this army. Oh my god. The Celestial Lion is dead. Nearly dead. He probably won't die. Crane gunners will live. These archers run immediately into a bunch of our enemy. Why? Why would they do it? Why am I so bad? I told them to do it, and they did. I didn't know they would listen. I thought they would go on top of the wall. I didn't know they would fight people. I'm the dumbest person in the world. Just really, really dumb. Because I could have just waited. I could have waited like 3 more minutes to move my guys in. To not move Yonbo in, to just like move peasants in. And then we would have been able to see all these things when they happened, rather than get overwhelmed by them because I'm bad. But you know, part of being bad is making bad choices. It's not just that I'm bad at playing, I'm bad at choosing what I do when I play. And that's important. Because a lot of people don't realize that the two are related. You know, mechanically, I'm bad, but I also think bad. I also am dumb when it comes to this game. Just so very dumb. And if I were to sit here before the battle and say what I would do, I wouldn't do any of those things. I wouldn't say, I'll just charge all the ranged into melee. All of it. No, all of it. Not the cannon, though. We'll leave it out. Not all of the ranged, so almost all the ranged. We'll spend the entire fight with them, merely getting them killed, and not shoot anything. Yeah. Brilliant. Terrible, terrible performance. And I might have to fight an army right after this. Man. So there goes the flying support for the Celestial Lion. Ay, ay, ay. Well, this army's weak, and it's probably going to go here to reinforce here. It just remains to be seen if I'll be able to reinforce it. Very poor performance. Alright. So this was like midway through the other turn. We've got Hulu and Haulu here. Getting things done. Just building up, and you know, we've got people that hate us on this whole side. They're fighting each other right now, but we need to do well up here so that we can address that problem. And I need to take Nangao because that's a very important city for us and not for them. I don't think we can give the bastion. Yeah, we can't give the bastion to Xiaoming. Alright, let's see how it goes. Do we finally go to get, you know, the red line? It's such a mess. Do we take this so random things are better? So now we've got like some of our upgrades working. We got some more ammo for the army. I can't play that badly again, or this campaign is gonna be over. This army is significantly better than the one we just fought. We will have the benefit of having like the walls and stuff, but I don't know. We might just lose both of these armies to it. We'll see. Oh, good, good. They back away. We intimidated them. Really as good as the result as we could have had. We will pay off this attacker. And this gives us a damage over time augment effect, but you can only use it one time, which makes it, you know, underwhelming. So if we run out here and just raise it. Yeah, we'll take this army because it's the weaker one. Because we can just burn it down. We don't want to take this land. Taking attrition because, of course, there's high chaos corruption here. But if we just... Okay, so this... Maybe I need to take this this one after all. Because this province is this entire thing. But we can just hold the bastion and send people out to attack it, I guess, theoretically. Zatan the Black is here with his army. He's got a Deathstreaker rocket launcher. This thing is like it's pretty scary. It just like shoots up into the air and then snipes on down at you. Fortunately, they only have one. Unfortunately, I have lost all of my skirmishing power recently. What we're gonna do is a little attempt to bait out their leader. We're going to be able to run in there and hit Nangao next turn with support, so we're just going to be right here to ambush them. And then if the ambush doesn't work, we can just recruit Pome there. This bastion doesn't have any units, so we'll swoop in from the north and take that to shore up that one. Because we might... The thing is that if you lose the bastion, then you have to fight to retake it, because it gives you a big auto-resolve bonus there. But it also will give it to us, you know, if we can get it. We're revenue positive 4K. We just need to keep building these trash armies up so that they can reinforce our good ones later and, you know, hold the line. Alright, very soon we're going to be able to declare a fortress city, and that's going to let us defend better here, and then also get better military buildings. And I think we're gonna do it at Kunlan. Because we're making... It looks like we're revenue positive, but as soon as we get like out of a harmonious region, all that harmony is going to disappear. But that's the thing, is you start in a room with a region with harmony. You get your movement bonus and your upkeep thing. You can almost always get to another region in one turn from somewhere in your region. A non-aggression pact with the tree. Yeah, sure. Oh, I get an achievement. Heavens above. Play in Escathe. Construct the Great Observatory of Jingpo. And Miao Ying is here. Oh yeah, baby. We confederated another legendary lord last turn, so now she's with us. Now Jingpo is here, and that means we're going to be able to get, you guessed it, rank 13 Astromancers. Now, what's special about a rank 13 Astromancer, you might ask? Well, you see, at rank 13, they get the Great Moonbird. As its name implies, you fly from it. Now they come out on the Warhorse, you gotta swap them over, and we're just gonna run him up, and then will it let me recruit another hero from the same place at the same turn? Yes. And we will get another one here. And then we will just start recruiting these dudes here. I think we're probably about to get an even... Oh, we're about to... In 3 turns, we're going to be able to get them even 4 ranks higher than that. But we need to get these guys moving to the front anyway. So we're about to be able to get our armies with flying wizards that start with all the spells we care about on monsters, birds. So a very, very big increase in power. If we swing on down here to the Turtle Gate, which has 9 guys in it now. Yeah, like, we need to be able to defend if this dude shows up, so. Say my main objective right now to upgrade and increase my army power. Yeah, so we, there are 3 main Cathay factions. There's me, Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon, who starts up here, and then Xiaoming, the Iron Dragon, who's right here. We're military allies with him. And this guy to our south is a human, but he's quite friendly. So basically, this flank right here, where we're green, but they're like this bluish green. All of our enemies are a bluish green on this side, and then they're a bluish in the north. So our general objective is just to unify all of Cathay, you know, all of these lands of our empire, all under either our faction or, you know, through allies with the other Cathay factions, which we got Miao Ying to join ours. And what we're going to do is replace this guy with her, and now we will have 2 punchy armies rolling around. We'll take that away. All right, so we replace the Lord. Where is she? She's in here somewhere with Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon. She gets 50% off for missile infantry units, so it makes her have... She just has better, cheaper infantry that have missile fire. And she also turns into a dragon. You know, she has 10k HP. She has access to the Lore of Life, and the Lore of Talons of Night. So she can basically, you know, cast heals that are very good, and then also good damage spells, and then... I haven't, like, really played with her much. I've lost her campaign a few times. And then we're going to be able to get a bunch of... Yeah, she gets some good bonuses that basically go to her army rather than the whole faction mostly, which is just fine. And, because most Legendary Lords are like that. And then she's got a couple of... special items already that will give us lower corruption and such. And now we're going to be able to roll in and take her home back, because Niangao is where Miao Ying hails from, right? And she, as one of the family, she can turn into a dragon too. She can turn into a dragon just like I can. Now, if we auto this, we lose a peasant. We should fight it, though. Okay, so Armor of Contempt gives them armor melee and immune to psychology, and that's the army ability. Zatan the Black is an anti-large fighter with huge armor piercing, who is on a flying monster. With pretty big missile resist. Well. Let's see how it goes. This might melt my computer. If it does, then, yeah. And if... Oh, it's a field battle. Never mind. Now I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh, boy. I thought this was gonna be a siege. Yikes. Alright. So they're gonna start with 40 units on the battlefield, right? My guys are gonna come here in a minute 43. You might see me lose this battle. We'd probably rematch it. So this thing right here, this is what we have to worry about. This is the Destreak rocket launcher. It's got 35 ammo. and 400 range. We can't win an artillery duel with it. And we can't summon anything on top of it. We can't fly at it. We can't dive it with anything. I think we just lose. Can I deploy Satang on top of the mountains? No. Yeah, I think we're just gonna lose. You might think it's just one artillery piece, but wait till you see that bad boy kick off. You know, we'll just try. Maybe Satang can win the duel with it. He can't. Maybe he can. Again, he can't. I know he can't. He might. I don't actually know. He could. The one good thing is they don't have like a lot of mobility, but you know, they're probably going to be better at sitting still than I am. But if we win the artillery duel, which we won't, but if we win, which we won't, and then our army comes in and we reinforce well, which we won't, then things will be fine, which they won't. Alright, so what are the big problems? Zatan the Black does 800 damage when he hits you. He regenerates. And he gets stronger the more that he fights. He also silences enemies that are around him and makes their magical attacks not work. However, his army is not based on physical resist at all, so that's not so bad. All right, well, let's try. Yeah, like, we're just gonna shoot the Death Shriek and maybe it'll work. Our Grand Cannon has really good range, and maybe that'll work. We'll have our reinforcements in a minute and a half. We've got a dragon. I don't think she regenerates, but she is a dragon. They've got hobo archers, but... Okay, actually, we're gonna win this artillery duel, and we'll be fine. Oh, yeah. We'll win this. It'll be okay. I didn't realize it was gonna go this well. A real person wouldn't let you do this to him. We try to dodge the fireball, it doesn't work, but this Death Streak rocket launcher, they're trying to heal it and stuff. We're just going to be able to pop it, and that is going to be awesome, because right now, they're thinking we have the ranged advantage, you know, we don't need to have this fight. If I had a flying caster, this would be so much better. I mean, look at all of that, but this is actually going wonderfully, because, you know, we're going to be able to keep on shelling them on the approach. And the Death Shriek's not going to get any value. It's only half dead. We're going to try to juke the fireball, and it works. And it keeps going for, like, so long. Oh, man. Yanbo getting nuked by the Death Shrieker. And speaking of getting nuked, Zatan is coming in on us here. Can we get away? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, man. That sure ain't good. Alright. Lord Snipe attempt. Active in the deep once more. We're gonna land this beast here. And that'll make him get on him. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that worked. Oh, my God, he's already killed him. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's all torn. We've already lost. Oh, my God. Oh, goodness gracious. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. If we can get Tzeentchian back, maybe we'll be able to pull this together. Tzeentchian gonna die, probably. Either that or he's gonna beat all these dudes in a fair fight, whichever happens first. The Death Shriek is still online somewhere, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Boom! Alright. Well, their leader's dead. Now we just have to stabilize the back line. I'm actually less worried now than I was before. Because Tzeentchian was a problem I didn't know how I was going to solve. The rest of these are problems I can solve with peasants. Yeah, we're fine now. We're totally fine now. Oh yeah, I forgot all about this flank. Our artilleries and crane gunners are all offline, but we're fine. Oh, they got stealth guys over on that side. I was like, I didn't see anything. Well, you know, I wasn't looking that hard, was I? We're gonna bang on the war drum for magical attacks, fear-causing things, and everything else. No, we're gonna bang on the war drum for defense. Alright, we need a wall of fire here, right? No, a wall of fire here. These peasants are doing wonderfully. Yeah, this is fine. This is totally fine. We're doing fine. This hand snipe was what we needed. And to deal with the artillery, which I guess Tzeentchian killed. I don't see it anywhere. Alright, do they have any other monsters? Wall of fire, run away from the wall of fire. You know, it did. It's a bigger wall than I thought. There we go. Oh, it's the Taurus that silenced you. Well, I'm gonna execute the Demon Smith Sorcerer. Boom! Delete him. He's gone. The Death Shrieker. No, that's a Hobgoblin Cutthroat. Well, that won't matter. Tzeentchian, I thought he was going to get overwhelmed here. He's actually having a party. He's just running over him. He's like, you forget that I'm also a sentinel of the Jade Empire. No, it's not the Jade Empire. I am just the Jade Dragon. Alright, so this went super good. I mean, it could have gone better, but I don't think we're going to lose the artillery. It just got taken offline and off the battlefield, and that is fine. This was a big army, and the crane gunners are back online. A very big army, and honestly, just getting this Tzeentchian snipe, even though it didn't start off as that, I was just trying to get my lion away. You know, it's funny how bad choices led to all right ones. I should have been casting Life Bloom the whole time. There's a lot I should have been doing. Because with Earthblood. With Earthblood, you have the Life Bloom ability. And that'll... it heals all of your units on the map for a percentage of their HP. A small percentage, but when you have this many units on the map, you know, it adds up before too long. Now, it won't bring them back from the dead. We're not vampires. Oh yeah, look at that. They are in tatters. These guys have the armor of contempt. Well, how's that working out for them? These crane gunners barely shot anything. You know, it wasn't a normal battle. All right, and now we're army lossing them. Beautiful. You know, a really, really crazy fight. This reinforcing army was all we needed, though. Because Catan the Black represents the strongest of their forces, and just deleting him was really all we needed. We end the fight with just a ton of magic. I just barely had time to think about using it. Alright, wonderful. You know, the Celestial Lion, I'm not sold on it in the army. It might be fine in the early game. The Roar is fun, but if we just get a couple more Astromancers in the army, which we're going to be able to get, they'll perform better than that. You know, they'll be characters. We can give them items. They'll provide spell intensity for the army. They'll be able to cast little wind blasts and stuff. Our next iteration of the Onbo army is going to be so much stronger than what we've got right here, which is already pretty strong. What? No, you're joking. That trait is so good. That's crazy. Okay, so when you defeat a legendary lord, you get a trait that's associated with that lord. And sometimes they're bad, and sometimes they're the best thing you've seen. 40% magic item drop chance. That's pretty dang good. 15% range for artillery units in this army. I already have this banner that increases my artillery range by a ton. Normal big range artillery is like 400 something. I have 600 ranged great cannons. Now the crane gunners are, you know, they're specialist missile infantry. They're not artillery. Satang's an artillery monster. I think he gets the range increase too. That is crazy. Oh, that's so good. So these cannons, between the range increase from that and the other thing, they have 35% increased ranged. Yeah, because again, if you have greater range than their artillery, you can always force them to take the fight. That's the thing with Satang too. We've got something to give him Vanguard deployment. He's very hardy in a fight, so we can just sit him out and start sniping things, and even if they dive him, depending on their army, we don't even really have to be worried about it. Good stuff. Very good indeed. We need to start upgrading our peasants. Right? No, that's not right. We need to start upgrading. Those aren't even very good. Some of the upgrades are better than other ones. I'm like, you know, maybe... Yeah, maybe the peasants are the best of the tree anyway. Yeah. And this is going to give us reload time reduction and more ranged for our bow units. And then this ability reveals all of the hidden stuff on the map, which can be pretty good depending on who you're fighting. And this Astromancer is about to get to level 13. He doesn't want to be replaced. Now Ying, we get... Are we going to need to respec her? No, they didn't take anything dumb yet. Armor's fine. The yellow line is fine. It's just clumsy. You know, you wouldn't build a build like this. But we're going to take here so we can take the Diplo bonus, I think. Yeah, we can get all. You can get all the way to Arcane Conduit, with a 10% missile resist add-on, and you can do all of that straight from the recruitment. Oh man, it's so good. And then in just like a couple of turns, we're going to be able to have even higher recruitment for these wizards. And the next fights we have are going to go really good. And of course, they've got 10. They have 8 settlements. So they can't afford to be taking these losses. And I haven't taken any losses, so I can afford whatever's going on. All right, we're going to get another crowman here, even though they always die. They are good because, you know, they die because they're fighting, right? No, these guys should go here and here. They're not going to get up to the north in time anyway, so we can get the even better ones to join these armies first. Although, with that in mind, we could just not have them at all. Alright, so Kyrgyz is going there. If we move here to take the Turtle Gate... Go to ambush so they can't see us, and maybe we can make them move into a careless spot. You know, from so much fighting with the Skaven, the development internally of our growth in so much of our empire is really, really stymied, but it's finally kicking into gear, right? We've got... Finally got, like, the first of our good landmarks. We finally got some of our trade up off of the ground. We're going to take... better peasant recruitment from this place? Yeah. No, we're going to take cheaper. And here we will get more growth. And it's not worth it to upgrade most of these buildings, but the one for recruit rank, I think, is probably worth doing. And Nangao is busted and disharmonious. We're going to get rid of this and not that building because we need it to finish the recruitment. But afterward, we're going to build a wall and then something else to get the harmony bonus. Yeah, I'm excited about the range buff. We have a 100% ambush chance. Well, percentage. They have a defense chance, which would, you know, potentially lessen it from hitting. All right, so Pomei gets upgraded. Wing Cheng has the level 3 recruitment for a couple of these, which is actually pretty excellent. It's actually pretty excellent indeed. We're going to be able to get a couple of Gate Masters at low level and throw them into other armies. Why does that sound good? We need them to be higher level. Gate Masters provide good buffs when defending, but only if you level them up. They're not like good in the army otherwise. We're just going to end the turn. Keep on keeping on. This has gone as well as it could have. Not like internally in the battles, although we didn't lose anything that was like uber special. You know, it would have been better if we had done better, but really just it went just fine. Imperial Road is about to have a rebellion, which is going to be where? Oh, here in Mingzhu. Okay. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. How could there be a rebellion? If we go here, will it stop it? it will pretend to stop it. We can reduce the taxation. Now we could just build a public order building here. That would reduce the harmony. It's like we don't need to hold on to this province specifically. I just don't want to let a rebellion take root for what I think are obvious reasons. Alright. Good news. We have 4 steel, and that means it's time for our favorite thing, Fortressity! And we're going to declare Kunlun to be a fortress. And that's going to improve its military and defense buildings. And now we get one more bonus thing and they'll convert over. So now we'll have 6% ammo for all armies. And this will let all of our guys on the battle map see further. That's good too. We might get rid of this growth building here for another, because now, so the other military buildings will like make all the recruits better here. It'll let us recruit a lot more guys here. Hero action success, not that important for me. And then we can get like a permanent armor bonus, but that's out of these other trees. Well, I think also the walls are a little better, and you might have like one more unit on them. Well, let's not break the growth building. That would be silly. But everything is going pretty solid as far as that goes. And then when we get another commercial thing, we'll drop it. I mean, maybe, you know, somewhere else. Because this Shengwu's already a commercial district, and in a few turns we're going to get to level 4. Commercial districts, you know, they make you more money. You get special bonuses from certain things that you wouldn't otherwise, and then landmarks and that kind of thing. Here we want... We got to have Zawal. Alright, so this guy and this guy are trying to come in because they don't know that Pomei is here. Miao Yin can just like force march all the way over there. Caravan will arrive soon. And we're just barely revenue neutral. Alright, yeah, everything's pretty solid. Oh, and we also hit level 20, so we can get the Grace of Chuai? Kwai? I don't think it's a Q sound. Pretty sure it's a CH. And the Dune Dragons, so very, very punchy, strong Celestial Guard. We'll probably put the Dune Dragons, the Grace Crown. Nope, they'll go into the leader's army. He's got Seitang after all. Although maybe Seitang would go better in Miao Ying's army. But that is neither here nor there. It is nowhere. Zhanxi needs a wall. And then we will build a yin, or yang industry market here. Get some more furzes. Alright, and we are like broke. But we're not... We don't have to recruit any armies at the moment, and we're revenue positive. So, really, we're broke because we're winning so much and you know, doing so well. All right, if he can just move to there, we can move up to here. Hey, Luke. Good morning. How many armies? It's 5, but 2 are just garrisoning. Ha ha ha! And this is the power of the auto-resolve. So we just hit this, and we get rid of this whole army. The bastion, you know, it sucks when you're the one having to auto-resolve into it, but once you have it, pretty nice. Glorious. Yeah, because we got Miao Ying last time. We put her in an army. We had an army against Zatan the Black where I was actually really worried. It was like a settlement battle, but it was on the campaign map, so we had like all 40 units almost out there. Maybe it was just like 30, 32. And there we go. This is what we were worried about. This is what we're preparing for. Village has declared war. We will get rid of the ogre. Alright, so we just need to move up to Kunlun to defend it. We've got our Moonbird ready Astromancers here, so that's going to help. This army, even with a lot, won't want to attack into... Like, yeah, because that's a good settlement army. We just made Kunlun into a fortress city, although we don't have a wall yet. And I guess we may not get one. No, we can crack the growth building for a wall. We'll get a wall in 4 turns. We can crack the growth building for a wall 1 turn. We'll get the stone token, and then we can instantly build it. So we'll break the growth building in a turn or 2. We can move Halu up here to support. I don't think Lokir is going to declare on us also. He very well might, of course. He's still at war with Village. But... Yeah, we might just have to stick Halu down here just to make Lokir want to act honest. At least this route is circuitous, but it's, you know, you do just walk right in. We might want to build a wall here. I feel like 1 cannon is good. There's bound to be, like, a bunch of random flyers and stuff. And in a settlement battle, maybe... No, I don't feel like 1 cannon's good. Let's just get some more archers and some more peasants. Let's not get too fancy here. The good news is the Eternal Celestial City, Wei Jin, is right there. Can we get peace with Satan? Not yet. Well, he's really close to accepting it. And of course, with him out, well, at least now... Oh, actually, no, things are about to get bad here. Tamarkan is rolling over Greasus. Yeah, we can't even afford it. And I can't give him land for it. That's, you know, wrong. Alright, we caught him out. Yao Ying's reinforcements will come in. We've got our base army here. Now we'll be fighting against Hobgoblin Bolt Throwers, Lamassus, and Great Tauruses, and a huge army of decent stuff. Just a Footlord, though. I mean, we theoretically could give him land, but, I mean, Yanbo wouldn't. He wouldn't do that. Alright, yeah, we'll just, we'll set up a position somewhere. Are they going to give me the high ground this time? So 3 flyers, 1 great weapon cav, 1 skirmish cav, 2 blunderbusses, bunch of bolt throwers. The thing about bolt throwers is, of course, they're not like... They're anti-large. They don't want to be shooting into a bunch of archer trash. They will. Alright, they do let us have the uphill. Like, let's get crane gunners in the middle, and then the archers can support them if they get dived. Because we're gonna have... This flank won't be a flank for long. They can't go around here without really inconveniencing themselves. Doesn't mean they won't try. It does mean a couple of spears here and here should be good to forestall that worry. Man, a moonbird would really be good here, huh? Well, we'll get one. We'll get them soon. All right. We just got to hold for a bit. We've got plenty of cannon fire targets. And we're just outside of their artillery range. Of course, that won't last forever, but while it does, the cannons can fire in the deep and immediately eliminate a model off of the bolt throwers, so that's something. Alright, do we shoot the Lamassu? That's the thing that silences around it. Do we shoot the Bull Centaur renders? Yeah. I'm more worried about them than a monster, because the monster can be shot pretty well by me noticing it's there, but they'll, like, run all the way through my lines and I may not notice. Alright, and we do have an Ancestral Warrior summon for when things get a little squirrely. When Miao Ying shows up, I imagine they are just going to push across the battlefield. I don't... Oh, yeah, that's good stuff there. Getting the model down, taking a good bit off the top. Good 600 off of the volley. Yeah, they're not going to stand up for that for too much longer. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, and he runs through a Chaos Warrior Great Dwarf with weapons. A Great Dwarf with weapons. And really gets the work in. Now, if they want to charge into my troops in the trees, that is just fine with me. We're going to back up. Some, because, of course, as they advance, they get a little closer here. But we have silencers of our own. Alright, is her... We can get her crane gunners in the back even further. Yeah, the longer they wait, the worse time they're gonna have, you know. Which they already know. They're firing their hobo goblins into my guys in the trees here. Their monster's trying to... Okay, we see it in time. Their monster's trying to run all the way around here to dive the artillery. It could have worked. He really flew up very high, didn't he? What we want to do here is just get our... We're going to get our summon on top of their blunderbusses. Because the blunderbuss is what we might forget, about here in a second. And they do good damage. Alright, we just need... That's like not a good wind blast. Actually, it does fine. And the Bull Centaur renders get a huge charge on onto us, but, you know, it won't be everything they had hoped for. The Great Taurus dives, but we're going to be able to scatter all the archers and get on it. This Great Taurus, even though I moved all these troops to support, it still gets everybody off of the cannons. Of course, here, the War Drum's getting beat down. Somehow my Crane Gunners are running off of the battlefield with... This guy is getting pushed. Their flag bearer is getting pushed off. Alright, now Miao Ying is here, we'll be okay. We're just going to do a little earth blooding. And actually, this little, this distraction on the Hobgoblin Sneaky gets... They have ammo? Oh, they have a special ranged weapon. Okay. I'm like, I thought they were, like, AP shooters. Anyway, this Great Taurus is not going to get anywhere here. They're going to be caught in the crossfire. They will be too late. They will give war a bad name, and all of the other things that you could do wrong. We're caught here between a blunderbuss and a hard place, and we are going to charge the blunderbusses. That's the way to do it. Just run right into them. Miao Ying having a party. She just really likes this. It's her favorite thing. Little Earthblood makes everybody feel better. Now they, this Great Taurus is coming back for more. This Great Taurus also rallied and is back on the crane guns here. I think that Great Taurus beat every single one of the cannons off of the oxen and killed them. Nope, they've got one more. Now he's back for the last one. But we're just going to keep on charging in to Cathay's foes. We seek them. The Jade Lion having a party. They're so cool on the battlefield. I wish they were slightly bigger and more awesome. Because, like, look at them. Isn't that the power? Isn't that what you want? Spears holding him in place and then getting run over by my own dude. I don't know if it hurts me. I hope it doesn't. Getting shot freely by blunderbusses. Let's solve that with a nice charge. Hit a nice breath attack down the pipe there. Boom, boom, boom. Monsters in the back are finally dealt with, you know, clumsily. This war drum, you know, soaking a lot of hits. Very tanky drum indeed. But, you know, dealing with a bunch of monsters out of Chaos Dwarf armies and, like, a couple good artillery pieces, they don't very quickly get him back. He only has a couple of lands to recruit from, right? And we just killed several of the armies. Not in this fight, this is just one. But, you know, we killed one a couple turns ago, and we killed one earlier, like, with Tzeentchian's force. Like, they're really in bad shape. Of course, this fight didn't go well, but it's fine. We won. We've got good replenishment because the compass always points towards replenishment. We know that. One Crane Gunner gets 100 kills. The other one gets 0 kills. The duality of Crane. But that was like, that's more what you expect to see from like a mid-game Chaos Dwarf stack, only it was led by a level 3 guy. Also, one of the Chaos Dwarf lords we killed earlier was level 19, so a real hard hit. You know, this had Dwarf, you know, this had Hobo Sneaky Gits, it had Hobo Archers, you had Blunderbusses, you had a little bit of Skirmish, you had a little bit of bad artillery, you had Flying Monsters. You say from your perspective it looks like I totally bulldozed it. I did. Well, I had the second backup army, which was very strong. But the thing is that In war, you want to win big. Winning by a little bit, maybe you can't afford another victory. He runs away. We are going to be able to kill him before he gets away, though, I think. Yeah, we got the movement for it. Alright, and then we take this thing and makes him into a total powerhouse. We could, like, make him tankier, but I think making him very, very punchy and making the army hit harder is better. Because after all, Cathay needs a duelist in each army, right? All the better if it's a lord with 120 armor that's, you know, doing the big, big damage and hitting people with a hammer. No, we had terror on him. That's good. She's an alchemist. We'll give her the alchemist thing. Alright, so from village... I mean, he may have miscalculated, right? He may have badly miscalculated. Alright, the Chaos Dwarves will accept peace right now, which means they'll definitely accept peace after I kill this army. Boom! And we make another 4K out of that. Because they are now outside of our lands, and that is okay, right? They learned their lesson, we get a non-aggression pact, and we make them pay. Get wrecked. Now, Tamarkand. Tamarkand only has 13 settlements, but he's Tamarkand. So, we're just going to hope that we get a little bit of time to deal with what's going on here before we have to turn our attention in that direction, and that Zhao Ming will hold well against the foe. And that there won't be another Tzeentchian army to come and attack me this turn. We have to hope for all of those things. But the Chaos Dwarf war is over. And next turn we'll retake the Great Bastion, probably. But that can't happen right now, because then I will be moderately late to work, or actually late to work, one or the other. Here we go. Stock for peasant archer units. There we go. No. 15% replenishment. Yeah. Triage first. Then stock. Stock on peasant archers is very nice, of course, because then they can't get shot up by your opponent, you know, who's smarter than you are. With stock archers, we could just do Zhao Ming. We could get him... And, no, he wants the foot people. We could go to Yuan Bo with 19 stock archers and then just have him in the middle. They would have no choice but to clump. No, that'd be dumb. It would be funny. Alright. That went well. Just a shorter one, as promised. This dude has 10% more spell intensity. Pretty nice. Especially since we're going to be stacking a couple Astromancers in each army. Because they start at level 17. Roughly pretty good. And you can, from 17, you can get all the things you care about. and then put them on automatic immediately, which is just so good. Yes, I am indeed still doing great so far. Even if this line crumples again, just... There's nobody here. There's nobody lives here. Nothing can ever come from this way. This part of the map doesn't even exist. You can get a mod that'll open up some of it, right? But these lands right here, this is all there is. So even if they attack and push me back a little bit, there's nowhere else they can come from to defend in that direction. So if we isolate a front and sweep down, they'll have nowhere to go. And they're not going to be able to defeat my whole land in detail. They won't. I'm too good at defending now. I'm not good, but I'm too good for them to just roll over me. Now I'll actually do the fights and get a little bit of work done. But next time, we will be... So the Norsca vassal we can't even make peace with because he's Villach's guy and their diplomacy is tied. But that's alright. The Norsca guy... I don't even know how many settlements he has. He's got 2 settlements and one of them's this bastion. So he doesn't have any land. He just has this one place somewhere. But, all we gotta do is deal with Fregnus Hellnox. Because, again, like... Village is weak. That's the thing about this war, is that he has 4 settlements. No matter how good he does, in these first few turns against me, I only have to beat him 1 time. And I've got the Yuan army and the Miao Ying army. This army's not as good as the other one. Miao Ying, though, is a 10,000 HP fighter. She doesn't have regen, but she can turn into a dragon, you know, like... And if we have a support army of peasants with her, 2 armies of mine can probably beat one of my enemy's armies. Because, again, he's weak. He's not rich. He doesn't have the lands or the economy to take any losses. And I do. I don't have the economy for it, but I've got the land. And if I just lose some guys, then I'll suddenly have money. But we're going to try to not have that happen. But all of that to come next time. Of course, we have to save the game. Don't forget to save the game, guys. You can do like a 45-minute siege and then forget, and it'll take all the wind out of your veritable sails. A very sad thing indeed. But Friday looms above me, much as the floating islands of Cathay loom in the skies there. So it's time for me to go and take care of business, as they say. Nobody talks like that. I'm off. I'll be back around tonight, maybe this afternoon, but certainly tonight, for some more. Probably not Total War. I don't know what I'll play, but perhaps I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Coolio, appreciate you hanging out and your encouraging words. Luke, always a pleasure. And you know. We might play tonight, we might play tomorrow morning, but one of these days we're going to get a couple more hours in and really get to crunching on this campaign, see where it takes us. But for right now, that's all I've got, so see you guys.